earlier in the game that he could be looking to leave Laurent Blanc's team.
Yeah, no, of course Laurent Blanc doesn't want him to leave, but he's eager to play. Of course, European Championships are going to be playing in France. He sees himself, as an opportunity for him there. But who would have thought that Maxwell was going to be getting so much better with age? I mean, he's played on so many big clubs. He's still such an important player. And of course, he plays that left fullback position. From time to time, as we've seen, Maxwell gets pushed into the midfield for Digne to play, but it's not going to happen very often.
He was just trying to get around the back there of another of the youngsters, Youssouf Sabaly. You just hope that we do see a number of these graduates at some point during the season for PSG. And that is a worry.
That's the trouble. It's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen. I mentioned Bahebek is the one that plays. He's played a little bit last season. Augustin may have a chance over him simply because he's more of a threat in terms of goal scoring. Bahebek will play wider left, creates a little bit more, can combine with others. But other than that, you're absolutely right. And it's not just PSG. It happens at Chelsea. So many players on loan. It happens at Real Madrid and Barcelona. And in so many ways, that's unfortunate because for a lot of those players, that's where they want to end up. They want to make it to the first team.
It's the issue of the rules and how they are, let's say, worked in some of the bigger clubs' favour by being able to invest in their academy. It's sensible. It's good recruitment from all over the world now, of course, and then they decide that it's going to take at least 2, 3, maybe 4 years for some of these players to make the grade and be considered first team, by which point they've maybe tasted 3 different teams or 3 different leagues. This isn't the case of Lucas Piazon at the moment for Chelsea. And you wonder exactly whether that is the right kind of development, or of course Chelsea want to keep their options open. If there is a great spurt of development, they want to see that player wearing blue.
Look, it doesn't hurt you to be associated as a youngster with Chelsea or PSG, of course, because you can be sold to a big club one day, maybe even bigger than PSG and Chelsea. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. But yes, I mean, because of this tournament, we've seen players that we normally don't see, and we see how talented they already are. But yet there will be no place for them because these big clubs are forced to buy big players.
We certainly have high hopes at Chelsea for a number of the players that they've brought on the tour. And they're under 18s as well, just absolutely dominant in the FA Youth Cup. Won it 4 times in recent seasons. Beat Manchester City in the last edition. Joe Edwards, their coach. A number of under 18s at Chelsea. The under 19s we spoke about already, lifting the UEFA Youth League as well, beating Shakhtar Donetsk in Switzerland. The likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well, making his breakthrough at the end of last season for Chelsea, although Jose Mourinho had some stern words for him at the end of the campaign as they played down in Sydney. He said that he'd taken a step back in his eyes, simply because when Chelsea didn't have the ball, he was happy for the senior players around him to work instead of him. So I think it was just a little word in the ear, word of warning.
Oh, a big warning. There's a reason why he's not on the pitch right now, I'll tell you that much. So for him to hear that from Jose Mourinho, it's more than a warning, I have a feeling.
Meanwhile, Chelsea have earned themselves another corner in the dying stages here. Been given as a offside.
Maybe right, but again, it's a goal being released just by a whisker, I suppose. A couple occasions I had an issue with the assistant referee earlier on the game on that side, but I think he got it right here.
Well, they've got 3.5 minutes to be separated here. Luca Digne going through, and Thibaut Courtois expertly racing 18 yards to thwart him.
Goalkeeper that's alive, it's always good, and of course we know that Thibaut Courtois can anticipate and read the game very, very well because Digne was free right there. Branislav Ivanovic fell asleep a little bit and was beaten for pace.
Willian for Zuma. Ibrahimovic playing the full complement of minutes here. Getting a word from Steve Holland as well. Just a few last-minute instructions on how to close this game out. I think both teams are probably happy to settle. And the fans will be happy to see a penalty shootout too.
Yeah, and Laurent Blanc got a look with a lot of the players, of course. Number of games they've played. Let's not forget wonderful Javier Pastore, what a season he's had. He's going to be coming back. Lavezzi, well, he's always going to be coming from the bench. There may be a question mark if he's going to stay or not, really. If Di Maria, in fact, does come in, they are very, very good friends. But it just makes you wonder if Lavezzi features in this team longer term.
Oscar. Ngenda was a bit clumsy. There's Quadrado. And that's a better timed intervention from Nkunku for Ngenda. Ngenda returning it to him. Thiago Silva. I wonder how many minutes of time we'll have added after all of those substitutions. Rabiot. Try something delicate for Luca Digne there. Not quite happened for them. Here's Ramirez into the final minute. Quadrado. Falcao taking up station on the edge of the box.
This is so deceptive, Ross, when you watch friendly games, because you almost thought when you watch Chelsea for a while that they were disinterested, but you can just see it when they turn the pace on. It's a different team, and in a game like this, you sometimes do it. It does happen, but the quality is there. In the first half, you could clearly see PSG much, much better. There's a message from Jose Mourinho, probably. Players themselves probably made a decision at some stage, and the introduction of especially Willian, you can see what he's done, and even Quadrado with his pace changed the game. So you can't read, I don't want to say anything, but you can't read too much into these matches, even though Chelsea are just a couple weeks away from playing. I think they're going to be as good as they were last season. Not sure if that's going to be good enough, because I think Premier League season is going to be much, much more competitive than it has been the last couple of years.
It's spread by Thiago Motta. Sabali on the overlap, two waiting. It doesn't quite make it. We've got 3 minutes of time to be added. It's quite a relief, considering we've had 19